Hey, Cookies here. Since sometimes I'm not able to stream myself opening vaults, I figured I would just do like a vault opening style video in my YouTube channel each week and just upload that. So we're gonna go ahead and start with our lowest vault, which I think is under a 15. I think I did like a 12 or a 13 on my Prot Paladin. And then we'll kind of work our way up through all my characters. So I think I have a total of like 7 vaults to open or something. It's kind of crazy for the first week, but yeah, we'll start with the smallest vault first, and then the rest are all like 15s and really good max eye level vaults and stuff like that. So with multiple options, so it should be a very, very fun and exciting first week for our characters. All right, here we go. Make sure I'm prot. Just want that scale. I will 100% take that. That is huge. Awesome. Alright, now moving on to the DH. I think on my DH I got 2 max eye level options, so I have 278 items to pick from. I think what I'd be hoping for the most on my DH is definitely weapons, like Pockstorm would be huge, and then like the obvious tanking trinkets or like a file or something, like a DPS trinket that's good. I think I'm going to stay in Vengeance just to try to get the eye level, like the higher eye level scale. I think Pockstorm would be the best overall item to get, because that's like best in slot weapon if you get it at the max eye level. Okay, opening as Vengeance. What are we getting? What are we getting? Oh, I'm worried about this. What stats are these? Crit Mastery Leech, that's very bad. And Haste Verse Pants, these are very good. You can get tier out of the vault from M+. Really? Okay. That's, I mean, that's huge. That's a 278 tier piece. And it's BIS stats. So yeah, that's awesome. I didn't know you could get tier piece from like your Mythic Plus options. I thought you could only get them from your raid options. I guess I misunderstood that. Sweet. So that's 278. Alright. Oh, this is panning out to be such good vaults now that I can get tier out of the Mythic Plus options. That's actually huge. Alright, next up we do Priest, which again, Priest is 278 options, I believe. And on most of my healers, I'm just wanting to get like Changeling or Soul Eating Ruby, like the trinkets that will benefit me the most as far as that goes. I think I'm gonna loot as like DPS specs though, so that I have a chance to get like damage trinkets, since those are typically better in M+ than like the healing. A lot of the healing trinkets are really, really bad. And Changeling and Ruby still drop for DPS, so I'm gonna switch to Shadow spec. Shadow loot spec, and then we'll loot. And again, we're kind of looking for trinkets or weapons, like those are obviously our go-to. Or tier, obviously, since I didn't know we could get that. Alright, so we got Crit Haste Cloak, that's very, very good. That's very good stats. And then we got Crit Mastery Pants, which are not very good. So we're going to go ahead and go with the Crit Haste Cloak. That's a solid win. It's a big item level upgrade. Nothing too crazy, but it's still a good upgrade nonetheless. Enchant this stuff later after I'm done. Okay, we go to the Monk next. I have to open as Mistweaver since there's no like intellect DPS specs for Monk. We'll just have to deal with the healer trinkets out of dungeons if we get one. My Monk does already have a Changeling, so I don't need one out of the vault. It'd still be an upgrade, like I would still be happy with it, but we'd prefer something like Soul Letting Ruby or a tier piece. Okay, let's see what we got here. So we got a Heroic Raid piece, which is tier. That's very good. That is probably what we'll end up taking, honestly. Got a Crit Haste Ring from normal. Don't really need that, because that's going to end up being a tier piece eventually. As soon as we can is really important, even if it's lower eye level than taking like this stuff. It's like the better short-term pick than, you know, like the cloak would be the better long-term pick, I guess. So we'll go ahead and take this heroic tier piece. It's very good. Awesome, awesome. All right. Moving on to the druid. Same thing as all the other healers. Druid just really wants like changeling, ruby, weapon, or tier pieces. I should probably loot this as balance, just to have less bad trinkets in the loot table. So we'll go ahead and do that. We'll loot as balance. Alright. Verse Mastery Weapon, not what we want. Technically take it, but crit haste ring, actually huge. We take the crit haste ring for sure. That's really nice for M+, like damage-wise and stuff, and it's still good for raid. Like, crit's a really good stat for raid. It scales really well with, like, Trank and stuff, so... Cool, got a good ring. I will replace the ring that is a copy, I guess. So it's just a flat eye level upgrade from the previous ring I had. Awesome, we take that. That's fine. And what do we have left? We have Shaman and Paladin left. We'll do Shaman next. The weapon that we'd prefer to see is like the Nathrian Ferula, I think it's called. It's the one that's crit haste. Basically anything that doesn't have mastery is what I'm generally going to be looking for. Just because I do a lot of M+ on all my characters, so like mastery is not a very ideal stat in a lot of scenarios in M+.
Soft, vulnerable shells. Brief, fragile lives. You cannot escape the curse of flesh.
I guess I loot this as elemental as well to reduce the number of trinkets in the pool. Here we go. We got a crit mastery neck, very bad, and I believe that's a mastery helmet, which it is. Crit mastery helmet. That is very unfortunate because these are both. The helm for the intellect gain. Unlucky vault on the shaman. And lastly, we have the Holy Paladin. Just gonna loot his holy. Do you want those intellect trinkets on the table? Okay, please be good stats. And crit mastery chest, very bad, and that's where a tier slot will eventually go. So we take the bracers. Still a solid upgrade. I would definitely say the vaults weren't as good as I was expecting them to be, but we got a couple good upgrades. We got some good rings. We got a tier piece. We got a heroic tier piece. And yeah, overall, I'm pretty happy with it. So we'll go again next week, and I will do this again. So let me know if you enjoyed this, or if there's anything I can do to help it be a little more like watchable or enjoyable or anything like that. If you need me to like cut through the loading screens and stuff in the future. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. And I will see you guys throughout the week as we make some content, do some more raid, do some more M+, and all that. So have a good one. See ya.